All right, guys, we're back. I know we've been missing in action. We've been really busy. We've been doing a lot of auctions, but we got another top 8.
Yeah, guys, we got 8 books here, man. Some of them might surprise you. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Chino's Comics and More. Again, my name is Chino. This is Manny.
What's up, YouTube? Guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button,
Hulk smash the like button,
Superman punch the notification bell.
and don't forget to share, guys.
All right, guys. So look, we got eight books, man, and it's not just like a Silver Age, Copper Age, none of that. It's just 8 books that we have our eyes on. 8 books that we kind of just started putting on, started putting on our radar, and we want to make you guys aware of them too. Some of these books have gotten hot already, but some of these books might surprise you because you might be able to find them still for pretty damn cheap.
Yeah. So the one thing that people always ask us is like, what type of collector are you? Well, mostly we do pick up a lot of Silver Age. Obviously, that's our passion, Silver Age. But we do dabble in the more modern books too.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a pretty cool little mix, man. Let's start off with the first book. And right off the bat, man, the first book is a major banger. And honestly, for the most part, I would say somewhat hard to find, man. This book, right off the bat, guys, it's Batman Beyond #1. Now, what you want to make sure, there's different variants for this one. There is a very hard to find, I want to say like a third print of this book. But aside from that, what you want to look for is this little barcode right here. There's a Six Flags one and all that good stuff. This will be the first print, guys. Again, this will be the first appearance of the new Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis. So this one here, man, keep your eye out. If you see this book, I don't see it too often at cons. Do you?
No, we don't really see it. To be quite honest with you, again, we live in Houston, I'm in Texas. So
Yeah.
we always go and travel all over Texas for our main gig. And rarely you see this book at comic book shops or even at cons, man. So like, it's a book that you can probably find on eBay, but it's a little pricey.
And it's kind of tricky to find now, man. But a lot of the good copies have been taken up. So it's not this book is tricky to find, man. The next book we have here, and it's going to kind of maybe be a little different, but I think it's kind of just thinking ahead. It's going to be Hulk #16. It's going to be the first appearance of the Red She-Hulk. Now, we all know that, She-Hulk is getting her own show, and we kind of pretty much have confirmed, or it's basically confirmed, that the Red Hulk is coming eventually. So, we put our brains together, and maybe made one brain out of both those. But with that, we started thinking that maybe, and it's a long shot, but maybe eventually she might just be the Red She-Hulk for like an episode or 2 of the show. So, just plan ahead. This book is pretty affordable. I'm sure you can find this book for a really good price. That's what you want to do sometimes. You want to pick up some books before they get too damn hot.
Yeah, and again, with just anything dealing with She-Hulk and Red Hulk, I mean,
Thunderbolts.
yeah, it's kind of out there, man. The way you look at it, the way I think is, if I'm trying to write episodes and I'm trying to do 2 or 3 or 4 years of a series, then potentially I can dabble into maybe this spectrum. So that's kind of how we look at it. It may not happen in the first season, but if it does get renewed, or she transfers over to the movies and somehow Red Hulk or whatever the case is, I mean, it's just it's something that you want to buy right now before they confirm it, and then you're looking for this book and you're paying a lot of money.
Yeah, the next book we have, guys, is a little book that has been hot. It gets cold right now. I would say the temperature's kind of like in between.
It's kind of lukewarm right now just because of all COVID-19, and I think this show was supposed to come back earlier this year. I think it's coming out in a few months.
Yeah, and what we're talking about, guys, is the Umbrella Academy, the free comic book day edition. Now, what you want to make sure, guys, it doesn't have that stamp. That stamp will, kind of deter people from buying it and stuff like that. If you can find a nice one in really high grade or in really good grade without the stamp, that's what you want to pick up. And this will be the first appearance of all the characters from the Umbrella Academy. And the cool thing is that this was a free comic book day. We talked about it before in the past. These books, they used to be an afterthought, but for the most part now, people take these books somewhat serious because something like this might happen, and then you're dealing with a free book that becomes $100 book or even more sometimes.
And not just that, it's a free book, so that's why you should go participate on Free Comic Book Day. A lot of people don't like to be around the crowd and just that atmosphere, but time and time you've seen Free Comic Book Day books get hot. So I mean, again, you're not paying for anything. You gotta show up. That's it.
All you gotta do is just drive up a few minutes and spend maybe a few minutes in line. So the next book we have, guys, is gonna be it's gonna be another independent. It's gonna be The Boys #1. Again, it's another book that had gotten hot. It kind of cooled off a little bit at some point, but the show itself is damn fire. It's a damn good show. There's a season 2. It's coming out, so it's kind of confirmed. So this is actually somewhat of a book that's kind of tricky to find too. It's not very easy. Of course, you can always go to, you know, the old faithful, eBay and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a book that you don't really see too often. If you do, I highly recommend you pick it up because, you know, when this show comes out again, this book's gonna spike up again. And the last thing you want to do is, you know, buy, you know, on emotion.
Yeah, and speaking about this series, I think this is probably the one I confused with Umbrella Academy. I think this one was supposed to come out a lot earlier than anticipated. I think it's coming out towards the end of the summer. But this was a surprise show on Amazon. I didn't pick up the comic book series, and then like anything, we were the guys picking this up once the show came out. So we have a few copies. Every time we do find one at a comic book shop, we do make a deal and buy them, just simply because, I mean, it's a show that to be quite honest with you, was probably one of the best shows last year that I think came out. On top of, I think, Game of Thrones and all that. Game of Thrones was kind of, you know, a little bit of a letdown, but I think this show was surprisingly one of the better ones that I can say was my favorite. I watched it like 3 times already.
Yeah. I guess not having kids, you can do that kind of stuff. The next book I have is going to be somewhat of an oddball, I would say, but Star Wars is starting to get hot, guys. And this is a book that honestly, if you can find, you can still kind of get it for a decent price. It's going to be Star Wars #4, the variant, the action figure variant. And the character on this one here, guys, will be Boba Fett. You know, there is Star Wars 42, which is the first appearance of Boba Fett. But, you know, I want to throw a different book in here, somewhat of a different mix. This book here, man, I would say somewhat still of a sleeper. This has potential. You know, as soon as he comes out in Mandalorian, anything with Boba Fett,
and he's
Boba
confirmed.
Get hot.
And he's confirmed to come out. And then, just like anything, man, I think the show really began to again reawaken Star Wars in the comic book world. You're starting to see #1 go up. You're starting to see Lando go up. You're starting to see a lot of these first appearances go up.
Yeah.
Just because of the show. So sometimes when the show is great, that can really dictate the market, because people want, especially what they want is what's hot, what's coming out. They want little baby Yoda. They want the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, because, you know, even though he is not attached to the comic books, I think. Is he?
No. Mandalorian, he is. Well,
yeah, not him. Not the character, but I think the cult is, or the group of the Mandalorians are. But again, you know, anything that's dealing with Star Wars right now is getting hot. So that one #1 variant, that one's like super expensive again.
Yeah.
And it was very affordable not that long ago.
Yeah. All right, the next book we have, and again, it's another independent, and honestly, the show was pretty damn good, man. And right now, I feel like people kind of forgot about the show again. So this is the perfect time to pick up this book, The Witcher, #1. Again, you know, don't wait till they announce season 2 or trailer comes out. It's gonna happen, you know, because the show did remarkably well, and it was actually really well received. So again, there's another little book you kind of put on your radar. Buy it now when it's still somewhat affordable. You know, again. You know, that's all we can say. This is just some books that we think you should put your eyes on. Doesn't mean you have to go buy each one of them, but, you know, it's just kind of a refresher for some people, you know?
I really should be buying these in your pull box. I mean, I've told Manny this. I know we missed out on a lot, but we do own a comic book shop now, so we have really taken advantage of not only seeing stuff in advance. Within a few weeks, we kind of can see first appearances and stuff like that. We can also spec on it a little bit better. So why not pay the $2.99 or $3.99 instead of, you know, if you're a collector and you're chasing those keys or those hot books, just put it in your pull box, man.
Yeah, it'll save you a lot of trouble. The next book right here, again, is someone became of a sleeper. It was higher 1 minute, and I found this book for really damn cheap. So maybe you could find it for cheap too. You know, hopefully. It's going to be Captain Marvel #8, the 1/25 variant. It's going to be the first appearance of Star. You know, Star was hot for a hot minute, and then, you know, like anything, you know, just, you know, things cool off. But it's a book that honestly you can find for a really good affordable price. You should pick it up, because 1/25 variants and the incentive variants they're just a little bit harder to find, because, you know, you had to order 25 of the regular cover to get this book. So maybe this is going to be the lower print. I would imagine this should be the lower print opposed to the cover A and cover B and stuff like that. So awesome little book. Now the last one I'm going to talk about, guys, it's really 3 books in one, but it's just anything dealing with Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck, for the most part, I've been trying to pick up these books for the very longest. That's the reason why I have these books. But these books, you could say they're hard to find, especially anything that pays homage to like anything dealing with Batman. So, for instance, you have this Darkwing Duck, pays homage to the Dark Knight and stuff like that. Awesome looking cover. There's like quite a few variants to this one too. There's like a Comic-Con exclusive and stuff like that. This book can get really, really pricey pretty damn fast, especially in great condition. So this is one of the books that you should probably look at. And just anything with Darkwing Duck in general. This is another awesome one. Darkwing Duck number 7, the variant. Again, this is just like a regular variant, but it pays homage to Detective Comics 27. Again, these things are hard to find. Sometimes you can get lucky and find them in dollar bins. If you do, pick them up.
Yeah, and especially if they're in good condition, man. I mean, you get it for $1. You're making out like a bandit.
And then again, you have another homage cover. Another Darkwing Duck annual number 1. And again, it's some food for thought. It's not for everybody, of course. Some people are gonna be, probably gonna be digging it. But I'm a big fan of Darkwing Duck. It reminds me of me when I was a young kid. So which that was probably maybe like 10 years ago. So for him, probably like 40 years ago.
Nah, it's like you're actually older than I am, man. But no, these books, to be quite honest with you, this guy has found them. Like, I mean,
for cheap, yeah.
We don't go digging, man. And when we do, we have time to go to shops around Houston or Dallas or Austin. He starts digging, man. He starts digging, man, and he's found them, man, for like, I mean,
$5.
I'll be quite honest with you, man. Comic shop owners don't know. They don't know, man. Sometimes when they have a lot of stuff, man, it's hard to keep up with the current stuff or the hot trends or the stuff that's hot. So obviously, if you find it, man, put it in your radar. And again, like Manny said, they're awesome covers, man. They pay homage. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, man, I think with this list, it's just a list, man. It's just our list, kind of stuff we collect, kind of stuff we want to kind of just give you information on. If you're collecting and you collect kind of like us, then this is probably gonna be a good list for you.
Yeah, and again, guys, I mean, who doesn't like that, man, guys? And with that, we're out.